Hello everybody, this is Tip Top Gaming here today with another Magic the Gathering Arena video. In today's video, I am playing the Purphoros Artisan event. So, Artisan is a format where you can only play with commons and uncommons, and today I am playing a Azorius or blue-white flyers deck. This video is kind of not really a deck guide, but it's kind of just to show you this is how I did in the event. Here's like the kind of decks you can expect to play against. So yeah, why don't we jump right into like explaining the gameplay. So my deck focuses around getting out a bunch of small little flyers and then boosting them up using things like Rally of Wings or Empyrean Eagle. So far it looks like my opponent's deck is kind of like a control-y black deck that probably will use Great Merchant of Asphodel to try and win the game. So at this point, I'm doing pretty well. I have a bunch of flyers in my hand. Next turn, I will have 4/1/1s, or 4 flyers, but unfortunately, he keeps murdering my flyers using enchantments. And at first, I'm like, is this supposed to be an Orsov and like Aura deck? Because I saw that deck list floating around a little bit. Where you kind of enchant your opponent's creatures, and then using a certain card, you can like draw cards from that. So I thought maybe that's what this deck was at this point. And so, everything in the deck is really just meant to be a kind of filler flyer. Now, at that point, that's a really bad enchantment for me, because it would mean that I couldn't attack with 1/1s. But I'm able to kill it, or exile it using Banishing Light, which is good. And he concedes. He's probably playing in multiple colors and not getting his other colors. But overall, that was a pretty easy first win, and I get Clothis. Alright, moving on to the next game. The deck really is just trying to like fly over everyone, and it's a very simple deck. Now here I get a bunch of Rally of Wings, however I don't get any flyers, and I get 1 land. This is a much better hand. It has some flyers, it has some removal, and it has some flyer tribal. So here I'm able to get rid of a Spectral Sailor, and I have a pretty good hand. Now I decided to start with the Healer's Hawk, because that allows me to get that early life gain in, start gaining an advantage, but then I play against another person playing with a mono black kill everything with enchantments deck. But then he plays Underworld Dreams, which I'm like, hey, this is probably just a mono black devotion deck. And then I get my flyer tribal starting up a little bit, which is pretty good. Now he kills my flyer tribal and then makes me discard a card, which utterly sucks, but whatever. I start drawing more lands. I'm able to exile his Underworld Dreams, which I think was the right choice, because that would have slowly killed me, and honestly, that's not what I need. He then starts removing everything. So I've played 2 games, and both games have been against super removal mono black. Now, of course, because Loyal Pegasus can only block or attack alone, I basically don't have any creatures on the field. I'm able to exile his Demigod, which is good. However, he top decks another Demigod, which utterly sucks, because I don't want him to gain life at this point. It's getting so close where every little point of life he gains is probably my demise, but he's able to then gain 2 life. Honestly, this deck is, I hate it. This is my second deck that's just like kill everything and then beat you up with little guys. But here I finally get a third, like, creature. However, of course, he's gonna dead weight my 1/1. How wonderful. And he attacks, and then I realize, wait a second, I'm not actually gonna block with anything, because I can't kill anything. So I guess I just have to take 4 damage, and he's gonna gain a life, and at this point, it's just going very poorly. Now, I'm able to pull out 3 more creatures, and at this point, I'm like, oh, I can just double, triple block here. But then he plays Great Merchant of Asphodel, killing me. That deck is the most annoying deck to play against, because it's just kill spell, kill spell, kill spell, kill spell, kill spell. That is so annoying. I saw one comment where someone was like, oh, all I play against is elementals, and I was like, oh, I'd love to play against some elementals right now, and then I was like, oh god, is this mono red? I really don't want to play against mono red. I think it's mono red. Now, I decided to take the trade. Not only does it just kind of reset our boards, but he's the one who really needs to worry about his hand size right now. Not me. I mean, I do need to worry about it. But he's playing the red deck. Here I probably should have blocked with like Fairy Miscreant or the Owl Head of Life's Bounties. Especially saying that Owl Head of Life's Bounties just died, but I couldn't know that at the time. Now I do have Rally of Wings in my hand and 2 Empyrean Eagles, which is a very deadly combo. But here I can't block with Loyal Pegasus. Yada yada, he then kills it. So now, instead of playing against a black kill everything deck, I'm playing against a red kill everything deck. Are you sensing a theme here? I was a little bit salty at this point. I'm like, everything just keeps dying. But you know what? It's only 2 cards. Maybe I just happen to hit his 2 kill spells. And at this point, I am my Empyrean Eagles have 4 toughness, which is kind of hard for red to deal with. I mean, they have Lava Coil, they have Slaying Fire, but they don't have as many removal spells. Now, I knew that that was going to happen, but I'm getting so low on life right now that I really need to block at this point. And at this point, I have lethal next turn, assuming he can't kill me, which he can't. I know that, okay, so the reason I block here is because I know that even if I didn't block, he would boost it and then I would die. So I had to block no matter what. If he had boost, cool. If he didn't, cool. And here I'm able to win using Rally of Wings. So that's how that game went. That was a very fun game. It wasn't super removal heavy. I mean, the combat tricks were kind of annoying, but honestly, it wasn't nearly as bad as the first 2 games. So, hopping into my 3rd game, we're playing against a Kaya Avatar, and this hand is pretty good. I mean, we have a 1-drop flyer, followed by Staggering Insights, which will allow me to get progressive card draw and life, followed by Empyrean Eagle, which will help me gain more life and deal more damage, and Rally of Wings as the finisher. And now, I just pulled Alced, to help defend my Fairy Miscreant, who will be carrying the Staggering Insight. So, right now, I have a pretty awesome hand. So, what I'm able to do is I'm able to play Staggering Insight, leaving 1 mana open to protect it. What it does is when I hit an opponent, I get to draw a card. And so now I'm starting to generate a lot of value. I could have played the 1/1, but I'm more worried about removal happening here and me losing 2 cards. So I just kind of leave it. I'm kind of, my goal here is to kind of leave 1 mana open every turn, and my mana and what cards I want to play kind of work out to do that. Now, here I'm about to hit him for 3 and draw a card. And that is pretty good value. Next turn, I'll be able to play Fairy Miscreant and Winged Words, and then that will allow me to draw some more cards, and it'll be pretty good. I'm pretty excited about next turn. This has been a really fun game. But then I pull another Staggering Insight, and I'm like, do I stack these onto the same one or do I not? And I decide I'm going to, because then I'm able to defend it with 1 Alced, and then he concedes, realizing that I'm gonna start drawing tons of cards. And then I get Royal Scions from ICR, which is cool. And then we move into our final game. Yes, this is the 4th game. I decided to play one more because I needed to get my last win for the week, and I was kind of enjoying myself after that last game. Here, it looks like I'm playing against some sort of blue-black deck, which is never good. And just as I thought, I got Thought Erasured, turn 2. Now, he's able to take something, and he takes what card I had a lot of fun with last time, which I probably would have taken too, although I may have taken Rally of Wings, because blue-black decks generally have a way of killing creatures, but they don't really have, I mean, they can counterspell things, obviously, but it's a lot easier to kill a creature once it hits the battlefield. But whatever, I probably would have taken Rally of Wings. But then I decided I'm going to attack with this, because I don't need him generating any more value. I probably should have attacked at him, but whatever. He plays Chemist's Insight, which I would have done at instant speed on my turn, so that way I would be worried about counterspells. And because I'm worried about counterspells, I decided I'm just going to do this right now to get him low on health so I can slowly start chipping him away, chipping him down. I also noticed that he has the champion, the trophy pet, which is pretty cool. I've yet to see anyone with it besides him. I did not get the trophy pet. It's very disappointing. And so he's playing all these card draw spells. So he's clearly going for something, and I think it's because he knows he's pretty much dead. I mean, maybe not this turn, but next turn he's definitely dead. Yeah. So then I hit him, he's down to 3, and so he has to board wipe. He needs a board wipe. Ritual of Soot, some bounce everything to hand spell even, but even that's risky. And he concedes, realizing that I have lethal next turn. So that's how I did on the event. Honestly, if it wasn't for the 2 mono black decks I faced, I would have said this event was one of the best I've ever played in. Honestly, I mean, looking at it, I'm still not that upset with the event. I had a lot of fun, and I recommend you check it out if you, like, I play MTG Arena for fun. I don't play it to be super serious and collect every single card. So I'm fine spending some coins here and there on cool styles and cool stuff like that. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!